Okay, thank you very much for coming back to the channel. I'm actually going to reservice the fluid in the gearbox, so changing the gearbox fluid today. I like to do it every 10 or so thousand miles. The mileage on the Ford 1 litre Vignale at the moment is 46,286. So that's 46,286 miles. I'm just going to go into some detail. What you have to do is obviously take the airbox out, which I'm just about to do, but this has to come out with the airbox, which is actually on some rubber cushions. So what you need to do is use a, I'm not sure what this is, it's my brother's tools, but a tool for lifting out these lugs without damaging them. What you don't want to do is damage, just put them back in again. They just pop down, but what you don't want to do is actually damage the edging. So you just lift it, get a better angle there. I think it's called a trim tool, I've just remembered. So you just basically, whoop, oh, didn't want to do that, I think it's gone on the floor. I'm just going to rescue that in a minute. I just had a battery trickle charger on overnight. I'm just going to rescue that because I don't like losing things. I'll just come back in a minute. Okay, just lifted the airbox housing out. Part of the trim tool. No, hang on, Paul. It's still in the base of the car. That's come out of there, but the top, which is equivalent to this, the very top is just actually down in the chassis. So I just need to rescue that. So if you do lift these off, be careful they don't pop out completely. It's just annoying. Be careful of that. Got a table obviously to work on. So that's actually the airbox housing out, and it's going to be somewhere down there. Now it's a lot more accessible to actually look. So we're going to put a torch down there and just get that tool cap off. Okay, no success on finding the trim tool clip. That's gone somewhere down amongst the engine pan. Some guard engine pan. So I'm just going to go to Ford this week and get a clip. I don't put tie clips in. I want to put a genuine retaining clip back in here. I want to get a packet of 10 or 20 of them so it doesn't happen in the future. I've got fitted on the drain here because I'm going to siphon it through an M8, isn't it, Paul?
Yeah.
M8. I'll just pull away so that's in focus a minute.
Metric 8.
Yeah, metric 8. That's going to go there. We're going to unscrew that, take it out. It's got like, what's that white tape you put around it? Seal it. Which you'll see in a moment. PTF tape, plumber's PTF tape to seal it. But we've got a drip tray there, so when it does drip a bit, it's not going to make a mess.
35 millimeters.
Yeah, 35 millimeters to redo it. So we're going to just take this out and video it to show you the process. I'll come back in a moment. Okay, that went very smoothly. Obviously we need 4 hands to use the suction tube and put the siphon into the drain hole, which is actually just there. Always use a pig mat or a catch can, which I use a catch can if it carries on dribbling. You obviously don't want to make a mess on your under tray. I've got a few drops of oil, which is fine, that'll just appear. Just a caution note, when you're actually working down near the gearbox, the gearbox selector, which is this here, make sure when you get in the car to start your car, you actually make sure it's in neutral if you've got a manual gearbox. This obviously is a manual gearbox, so you wouldn't do this on an auto, completely different gearbox. But I've actually moved the gear selector to actually get the siphon pipe easily down amongst the gear cogs to get as much fluid out, gear oil, as I can. That's just been done successfully.
Your gearbox, Paul.
Hold on, go for it. Go on, I'm recording, say again.
Your gearbox?
Yes.
Can I?
Yeah.
That's right. No, carry on.
No, go on, say.
Well, we've got to get it on a level to do the
Oh, I'm just going to say that. So what my brother's just saying, when you refill the gearbox, which we're filling with a siphon, it's got to be dead flat level. And at the moment, if I stand away a minute, the car is on a slope, which helps drain the gearbox, because all the oil is in the corner of the gearbox. So that's helped out a great deal. But like my brother said, we need to be on a dead flat, which we're going to push the car backwards without starting it onto flat.
Well, no, you can't start it. There's only
So the gearbox oil, which we've actually taken out for doing a flush, this is a 1 litre container, and we've actually taken out, I'll measure that, but half a litre in 2 increments. I'm not technically sure what that is, but that's the oil we're going to put in a gearbox, which is the correct amount, which we did last summer when we actually did the level. So that's come out, and the quality of the oil is really good. You can actually see like how clean it is, and it's still quite viscous, so it didn't really need doing it. I think it's done 15,000 miles, but I'll just keep changing it every 10,000 miles with new Ford fluid, which I'm just going to show you in a moment. But that's what's come out. This is actually the correct fluid, so we get a manual gearbox. We're going to measure this out and put this in. So that's what I recommend only use for Ford recommended oil, or use what's that other oil we buy which is fully synthetic?
Well, what it should be 75/40 gear oil, and it should be fully synthetic. If this is mineral or part synthetic, don't even use it.
Well, it's okay for 10,000 miles.
No, fully synthetic. I reckon this is part synthetic.
What does it sound there?
Let me just look a minute. Don't even use it.
This is actually used for my gearbox,
Yeah.
which Ford sold me for the car.
I reckon that's part synthetic. Only use fully
Probably is.
synthetic.
But it's fine if you change every 10,000 miles.
When I talk gear oil, you've got diff oils, you've got gearbox oil. All of it should be done at least 20,000 miles, not what the manufacturer says at 75. Every 20 or even 10 is good. Now you've got Ford do this, 75W, which is semi-synthetic gear oil. Now I think if you're going to do your gearbox or your diffs, use fully synthetic oil, not semi. Now let's just put that one there a minute. The lowest one you can get is mineral. You'd use that in an old lawnmower. You would not use that in a car, or a very, very old car. But that needs to be changed every 5 or 10,000 miles. Mineral will wear out very quickly. Cheap is the word I'm looking for. Then you've got semi-synthetic, which is better, but I wouldn't even use it in my car, because 10,000 miles or 20,000 miles, you might as well put fully synthetic in.
Hold on, so that is probably in comparison
Yeah,
with
it's the
Ford.
same as that.
Same oil.
Which they reckon 75,000 miles. No way would it last that long. It goes like water. This is the stuff you want to be using. Fully synthetic, 75 by 90 gear oil. See, it says manual gear oil, not for automatics, for manual cars.
I'll just point out, this is actually, my name's on there, Mark. So this is the oil which we use in
And
the
you use
gearbox.
that for diffs in cars.
Yeah,
4x4 diffs.
but also gearboxes in Ford Focuses as well,
Yes.
because we put it in the gearbox.
And that's what you're only going to use.
They're not diffs.
Well, no, you can use it for diffs.
But you can use it for diffs and
That's what it's built
manual
for.
gearboxes.
Manual gearboxes.
Oh, you said diffs only.
No, diffs and manual gearboxes. That's the only thing to use in your car.
Hold on, and it's recommended there, BMW, Ford, Land Rover and Volkswagen Energy Group.
You're paying more money because it's fully synthetic.
Yeah,
But it will last 3 times longer.
yeah.
But there again, every 20,000, change it.
I'll make a comment actually, when you've got fully synthetic in the Ford Focus gearbox, manual gearbox, you can feel it, it's fluid and slick, as opposed to the semi, which I have
False
used in the
economy.
past. A gearbox isn't very smooth when you change gear, it just feels not best. But this oil, which we're going to put back in now, is absolutely superb, and I recommend you only put this in. I change mine every 10 or 15,000 miles. Okay, what we've measured out. I've got another Vignelli in the family. We've measured out exactly the right oil that came out. It's not dead straight here, but it was on the workbench. So that's the brand new gearbox oil, which is correctly measured out what came out went in. But we are going to check it I've got a car on a flat now, so just going to undo this by hand, the actual fill plug, which hopefully I've got it on camera. There it is there. So I'm just going to unscrew this with the M8 socket. When you do this back up again, you'll probably see on the frame of the car there 35 Newton meters, because I do the gearbox oil regularly. As I said earlier in the film, 10 or 15,000 miles, never let it go 25. It's crazy if you want to look after your gearbox and it's a car's a keeper. So we're going to put some PFT tape on there, and you only do it to 35 Newton meters. That's really important. You don't want to strip the thread on that gearbox. So I'm going to put it in with a siphon, which I'll show you in a moment. So what I'm actually going to use is a siphon tube canister, which I'm going to actually suck the gearbox oil. This actually siphon is used to remove the gearbox oil, so it's not contaminated with any other oil. That's actually gearbox oil, which was used in the early part of the film. So I'm going to suck the new gearbox oil up in the siphon, and then I'm going to inject it into the gearbox through the filler hole until it overflows. According to the workshop manual, when it overflows, which is level with the fill plug, you're supposed to take 5 or 10 millimeters of fluid out due to expansion in hot climates like the Arab Emirates, etc. But I take about 5 mil out just as a precaution, because you don't want the fluid expanding while driving at high speed on the motorway and it cracks or damages the seal in the gearbox. So never overfill a Ford Focus gearbox. Always read the workshop manual, which I've actually got as a PDF. Take about 5 mil out when it's actually dribbling out of the fill plug, which is just there, and I'll put a circle around it on the video.